Okay. All right. Well, I'm here with Santana Nottage. Are you in Mexico right now?
I prefer the word. I prefer "Can you dig it?"
Okay. Oh, can you dick it? All right. My bad. Um, and
You're forgiving.
and I came acquainted with you a while ago with you're the CEO of iFocus Experience, these amazing glasses. We're not talking about that though right now. We're going to talk about something different that you sent me, talking about Donald Trump and this algorithm that you have. So let's get into it.
Yes. So before going on, might I ask, what is your ethnicity and your descent? Are you of Jewish descent?
Yes.
Thank God.
How'd you
Thank
know?
God. Last name.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I see the little black baby. I know how y'all Jewish men love black women. So
My ex is black, so I guess yeah, you're right.
listen. You're supposed to. You're supposed to. I'm
Yeah.
so glad to be talking to you out of anyone else. So let you know something. No black person with a podcast will speak with me because the government told him not to speak with me. So I'm letting you know that I am so happy to be talking to you, a Jewish man.
Appreciate that.
So I'm so thankful to talk to you, brother, because I have a special set of eyes. And when I tell you I've seen everything, I've seen it different forms, I've seen everything. And it's not anything I wanted to see, but it was right there in front of me. So help, if you're going to put it in front of me, I'm going to look. Do you know that they're about to annihilate every Jew off the world before starting February 2023?
That's
All,
news to me.
yeah. Like they about to annihilate every Jew on the planet. Now, how do I know that?
Yeah.
Because it's fucking obvious, and I hate that it's obvious and no one's paying attention to the play. Okay, before we get into that, there's a gentleman I sent you in your WhatsApp. His name is Torben. Can you please pull him up? He's in your WhatsApp. You can screen share. Can you please pull him up? Because he is part of your salvation, believe it or not, brother. And I know things sound crazy. And when somebody tell you about to kill all the Jews, that sounds crazy. But I'm going to give you some foundation and let you know how this shit's going down. But if you could pull it up for me. His name is Torben. And he's very important. And you tell every single person that you know, you're in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. He's in Florida as well. This person I'm speaking about is in Florida. You tell every person that you know to get in the phone with the Santos and whoever the fuck and make it very, very public.
Okay.
If you could screen share, I want you to understand what's going on. This gentleman is a pastor from a church from Europe. Where was it from, baby? Denmark. So he started something called the last Reformation. He left Denmark, which is not a religious country, to spread his word and the message of the Christ. He came here in 2019 to spread the word. And he came here to America because he came to escape political asylum in his own country because he's very, very religious. He's connected to something very, very high. I mean, he's connected to something ether, God-wise. He's on a very high God frequency. So he came to America to seek a religious asylum because America is where everybody came to for freedom of religion, right? The Pilgrims in Mayflower, right? We should be able to worship in free and peace, right?
Right.
He was so impactful with his message. They arrested this man and put him in prison in Florida right now. He's in prison in Florida right now, no bail, never did a crime in his life. He's a pastor. They said that he was trying to, so he was living in California. He was talking to the Justice Department. The Justice Department from Florida told him to come to Florida so they can discuss his asylum. Once he got there, they arrested him and said, "We think he was smuggling guns from Mexico." Won't let him have access. Yeah. White guy. From Denmark. White guy from Denmark. So he's in jail right now, in prison in Florida right now, wrongfully, for no reason. They won't give him a bail. They won't let him get access to a lawyer. They put this man in there because this man really has a message. And his message was so powerful that they had to put him in prison for no reason. Now, You ask yourself, if you've been following me, and I'm not sure how much you've been following my videos. Perfect. Is that him?
Hold on a second. Here he is. Oh wait.
Yeah. No, it's in your WhatsApp if you can't find him, but it's called the last revival. The last revival.
Oh, just have an issue here.
Take your time. I'm glad. Listen, I'm doing it for from your side, so I don't have to do it. People get to blame you.
Here it is.
Yes. If you can show his face so people can know who he is and we can share his information. But this gentleman,
he's a bald-headed guy?
Yeah, bald-headed white guy.
Where is he? He's not in here.
He should be at the absolute beginning. Take it all the way to the beginning of it, and it should be a picture of his face up there. Because I thought I saw it. You don't see it all the way.
I mean, I see.
Okay, if you can show the title, that that, okay. I'll have Ariel send you a link later on into it. But if you've been following the Santana effect and the algorithm that I've been showing everybody, you see that these things are allowed to take place to lawful citizens who are not breaking the law, actually doing beautiful things. Understand, this man was spreading, he was teaching everybody, like I'm not sure how familiar with the Bible, but the Bible, when the Bible talks about the birth of man, man gets born twice. Man gets born in the physical form, and then he gets born again in a spiritual form. And everyone seems to have missed this. So this particular gentleman was spreading this gospel and letting people know that whatever they did in their life, they can be redeemed. And he was baptizing people. So what do you do against a man who's baptizing people? You put him in prison. And do you know what they did in prison when they started locking prisoners down for COVID? They took all the prisoners' Qurans and took all the prisoners' Bible. Huh. You've seen you've seen my whole life get destroyed publicly. My house, 12 of my homes, 3 of my stores burnt down, my yacht, 9 practices, all of my money. All this happened in a very short period of time. But clearly you remember, I was giving out free vision to the world. But this gentleman here, please tell everyone to look at this gentleman and fight towards his cause, because he's a very big part of saving all of us. Like literally, we about to get smashed. I'm not, but like they about to kill everybody, man. And the reason why, think about like this for a second, brother. You know very well the vaccines is poisonous as fuck, right? We know that. We've seen the results and shit. Oh yeah, 6.2 million deaths from COVID alone, right?
Well, it's funny now on, I just saw on Fox of all places that they said that, what was it, like 58% of the people who took the shot died or something like that. And that was on Fox.
Adverse effects. You can take this down. I mean, I can't see your face. So yes, it's everywhere. And it's like literally the Australian government has put out apologies for the COVID vaccine, and they're paying for funeral expenses. In London, they paying people $222,000 for the death of their people because of the vaccines. This is wide open to the entire world. So if it's wide open to the entire world, why do you have people like Fauci still trying to push the vaccines? And why do you have Princeton and Harvard telling all the children that before they come back to school, they have to be fully vaccinated? The reason why they're doing all this public lying is because they're not going to have to answer to nobody once it's over. You understand? They can lie all the fuck they want, but there ain't gonna be nobody to answer them, ask them a question, brother. So let me tell you how the devil plays. The devil was special. The devil was special, and the devil does the same thing every time. And the devil likes to trick us. That's his only power. Everybody right now is hollering Jew, 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 Jew. The Jews this, the Jews that. I don't know your financial situation, brother Dan. Are you rich, Dan?
In material goods, no.
How about money?
No.
Do you own the media?
Not the last time I checked.
That's right, but you're Jewish.
I know.
That's right. So that's how you do it. They pick certain people, our system, to handle certain segments. So when things go down, certain people from that segment are the ones that get demonized and bastardized. So let me tell you what they did to the Jews. They about to kill all of them too. I'm listen. And for the record, I literally have a place where I can keep 5,000 people and they can eat and drink forever for free that I want the Jewish people to go to. So I'm giving it to them. They can have a place that will feed them forever, and 5,000 people can live there for free. I have that set aside for Jewish people because I know what's happening. So with this reset here, you understand that the reason why 30% or 40% of Americans don't know the vaccines aren't poison is because of the Jewish media, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, brother. You're not the Jewish media. But everyone looks at Jewish media and they look at you because you're Jewish, right? So yeah. The 10 million Jews, whatever the count is in the world, are getting lambasted for something roughly 50 Jews are doing.
You are the best. All you are the best.
So understand, the entire Jewish population is being targeted because of the acts of 50 terrible Jewish people who control the media. So
wait, targeted by who? I'm a little unclear about God.
that. Okay, so here you go. When this whole thing with this Kanye West thing is a complete setup. This is a fake fight meant to make people angry at Jews.
Okay.
This is just to make people angry at Jews. And the thing about it is the Jewish representation is the Jewish media because you're not being heard, brother. They're only hearing the people who did it to them. So everyone has converged and decided, okay, now we get to talk about the Jews. So all of the Black people from over the past, make your screen bigger if you can.
My screen?
Yeah, we'll get rid of the thing. It'll make yours bigger. Get rid of the YouTube thing. Yeah,
I guess just stop. There
we go. There you go. So, brother, you get the brunt of 50 people's fuck ups, 100 tops. How many people are movie mogul record execs? You understand?
Yep.
So understand that all the Black people and the cowardly white people have been talking for years. Don't talk shit about the Jews. Don't talk shit about the Jews. You understand? You know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody for this time period since 1918 has been told, don't say a thing about the Jews. So then everybody gets angry because they're not allowed to talk about the Jews. And everybody gets angry because the Jews are promoting the media and they control the banks. So now everybody's fucked up and poor and no one believes the media. You understand? And the media is Jewish. People look at the media as a Jewish controlled thing. And they're going to say, well, who told people to get all of these vaccines? Who controlled the entire narrative? They're already saying the Jewish media, the Jewish media. They're already saying that. Well, there's an event that's about to take place. Have you heard of the Carrington event?
The what?
The Carrington event.
Sounds familiar.
Well, they're about to. This happened in 1858. Listen, how about, have you heard of the 2030 2030 thing? The 2030 plan?
The Agenda 21 or 20 updated?
Agenda 2030. Agenda 2030. Have you heard?
Sure, I've heard about it. Yep.
Okay. Well, Agenda 2030 initially was supposed to be the assassination of Donald Trump. That was supposed to take place in 2029. 2030, the White House is burnt to the ground. Now, I want you to understand that if there was a cataclysm, a blackout, an attack, or anything on American soil right now, who is everybody in America going to want to fight? Whose fault is it?
Probably blame it on the domestic terrorists, like the,
Fuck no. They blame it on the Jews. They blame on the Jewish media. Everything that's going on right now is
But
blamed on.
I can't see that happening, because if you control the media, then you're not putting out that story. You're putting out it's somebody else. It's it's Al
That's the whole
Qaeda.
thing.
It's
That's the thing.
it's
If a cataclysm
homegrown
takes-
terrorists.
Right. If a cataclysm takes place, brother, we're not gonna have no communication. You know they're gonna do a blackout. You know that everybody who took the vaccine, so if you didn't know, let me tell you what's gonna happen. And I'm gonna walk you through it so you can, so you don't think I'm yammering. Everyone who took the vaccine, here's how it's gonna go down. There's gonna be a signal on your phone. And the person who picked up the phone and answers it, who took the vaccine, is going to go crazy. You don't have to believe me, but it's going to happen. Rest assured.
I think they've already gone crazy. I think I've noticed
Rwanda?
it.
Have you heard about Rwanda? 1996 Rwanda?
Genocide.
That's
Yeah.
correct. For most who haven't looked into Rwanda, Rwanda was nothing more than mind control, brother. They poisoned them people, and them people just started hacking each other up like animals, man. Rwanda was a vaccine.
Oh, was it?
Yes, sir. Yes. So think about it. How did that happen so quickly? It just started and stopped. When you look at it, you're gonna find that going 1996, you're gonna see Rwanda. Those folks was under some type of mind-altering, mind control, something. You're gonna find that out. You're gonna also find that 13 years after those sacrifices, that Rwanda becomes the richest and the safest country of all of Africa. But that's a coincidence. So here's how it goes. Here's the shitty part for you. And it's hilarious because all of us are dependent on one another to survive. You have to protect a racist. You have to alert everybody to protect Donald Trump. Because the culminating event, killing Donald Trump, is turning everyone. Well, you've seen the people with guns, you in Florida, you see how they act. When they kill Trump, as they're trying to in 2029, then they get to go after the Jews. However, Kanye West has sped things up a whole lot more than anticipated. And you're going to see, go online, you'll find out that the Agenda 2030 has been moved. It's now Agenda 2023 next year. So in the next 3 months, an event is going to take place. It's going to take out the power, and everyone's asking questions, but everyone's got the same thing and saying the same thing. The fucking Jewish media, the media. You understand? Mm-hmm. If you look at the White House, let me give some credit to a gentleman by the name of Archaics, if you're familiar with him.
I am.
Perfect. He has a particular algorithm that is quite impressive. However, I'm able to pinpoint things exactly, and I'm able to tell you who did it and when it was done and whose idea it was. You understand? But because the FBI has told everybody not to talk to me, I've been telling Archaics about it, but Archaics ignores me. And it's crazy. Archaic was a prisoner for 10 years. And I'm fighting for prisoners and shit. And he's a prisoner out of prison, freer than me, with felonies, and I'm protecting them. And the felon gets to ignore me. Nonetheless, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. So how I'm part of his algorithm. You take the events, and you take the two events, and the time in between, and you can figure out what time the next one, the third is going to be. When you look at the destruction, the last time the White House was on fire, I believe it was 19 something. It doesn't really matter. But the algorithm shows that the White House is going to burn to the ground in 2030 agenda. All this is taking place just for the pipelines to be destroyed in 2032, to destroy everything, except Kanye West brought this Jewish shit up to the forefront. So now there is a visceral anger and, dare I say, hate towards Jews right now. Not me, I love everybody. Listen, man, everybody is beautiful and everybody's a piece of shit. I had a vegan yesterday sit back and tell me, Am I if you're not a vegan, then you're a hypocrite, and I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh.
Right? I'm like, well, listen, I don't eat meat, but everyone always wants to be able to put themselves above you. You know, so you get to say you're better than me because you're a vegan. Like you're fighting for humanity. Like you saved and risked your life for prisoners. Like you fixed uncorrected error. But because you don't eat meat, you still get to be better than me. The 2023 event, understand how it goes down, very fucking simple. They are trying to kill Donald Trump right the fuck now.
Now why?
Because rednecks and racists are going to be upset if you kill their champion, brother. What do you think would happen if somebody killed a Malcolm X or a Martin Luther King? You saw what happened. They riot.
Yeah.
They riot.
Yep.
Well, you killed Donald Trump. You gotta understand that. Rosewood, Tulsa Massacre, Midway Massacre. White people in this country do terrible things when they're mad, especially when a group of organization told them to take a shot that killed them. You know, it was meant to kill a military. This was meant to kill our military. That's why Florida, you see, 18 to 49-year-olds are told not to take the shot. Well, that's the age of your military. But of course, that's a coincidence too. So killing Donald Trump gets everybody to do what they want. The algorithm shows Iraq and Iran are going to attack Israel this year, 2023, both. And the support that Israel has right now is gone. This, in the next 4 months, Zionists will be declared a racist practice. It will be called racist. America's support for Israel is about to be like America's support for Vietnam, America's support for Afghanistan. They're about to leave the Jewish folks high and fucking dry. What? I don't see how no one sees. The Jewish people are being set up for an entire annihilation, a sacrifice. And why? If you're going to reset the world and control the narrative, you need to talk to the librarians, brother. Who has more power? A dean of a college sitting in his office with a librarian with all the books? The Jews or the librarians? They need to get rid of the history, brother. And you happen to be related to a group of people who have the history. So your time is up. The algorithm, the shitty part about it is, it says that all of y'all are annihilated. That's the algorithm says. And that doesn't have to happen. It don't have to happen. It doesn't. This is a trick. It's a trap, and it doesn't have to happen. The irony. Everybody who stole, the doctor from the prison system who didn't see his patients, so got $5 million, he's Jewish. The attorneys who stole and destroyed my home, Jewish. The attorney who stole my boat, Jewish. The attorneys who stole my money, all these firms, my patent attorneys, all are Jewish. And these folks took everything from me while I'm penniless in Mexico begging for food. So you know my natural response is supposed to be? My natural response is supposed to be, these high-powered Jews can do what the fuck they want to do, because that's how it's supposed to look. Mm. So imagine if you're me and Jewish people took everything from you. Natural thing is to hate Jews. Yeah. Except that's stupid. That's stupid. That's dumb as fuck. Mm-hmm. If there's 10 million of you out there and 5 fucked up, well, there's another 9 million that still have a chance to do the right thing. So the trick is they point out a certain group. Black people are the ones they let have crime. You niggas can go to the ghetto, and as long as you niggas keep your nigga shit in the ghettos, we'll leave you alone. You understand? The mafia, everybody has a certain thing. And the Jewish media and the banks, they gave them the media and the banks. But they didn't give it to all of you because you're not rich. They just gave it to the worst they can find. The Weinsteins, they gave it to the worst they can find because they need the worst they can find. You understand? Same thing with us. The worst that we can find is this guy named Benjamin Crump. They get people that this thing is going down. And the irony of all this, the firms that I'm fighting against are 100% Jewish, and they have no idea that I bought land to help Jewish people out because they're going to start some shit, and people are already talking about what they're going to do to the Jews. This system is fake. You see what's allowed to happen to people in this system. So I secured some land for 5,000 Jews, and they can eat forever for free, drink water, they will never have to leave. But they don't have to be there forever. Just let this shit ride out because this is here in place. So the irony is, you're going to have to defend and tell people to protect the racists, while the Jewish people who are stealing from me, they're going to die because they're literally keeping the person who's protecting them broke. How ironic. Yeah. I'm saving them. How ironic is that? Wow. I'm saving them, and they stole everything, not knowing that they about to burn. They're going to burn. You got to understand something, brother. Millions of people who worked in prisons over years and years and years. But one person stood up, man. Me. And I made a lot of money, but I don't give a fuck. I do the right thing. And the folks who are holding my shit up and stealing my money are Jewish as fuck. And they have no idea. They're going to get completely massacred. You understand? The narrative that people are going along with is like, think to ask some questions. The reason why everything can be done so publicly is because nobody asking any questions afterwards. The Carrington event is taking place this year. They're trying to kill all of the Jews. And
so what is the Carrington event?
Okay, so that's when the sun goes crazy. The sun, it happened, last time it happened, I believe 1858, but I'll find the exact date. But this gentleman by the name of Carrington, he was an astronomer. And he was just looking at the sun. He saw the biggest solar flare he'd ever seen. And then he started looking at it. And while he was studying it, the sun blinked off and on. Yes, thousands of documented pages of it. Take a look.
Okay.
After that, a solar flare went out and destroyed a lot. It's the Carrington event is they think it's like a Phoenix event. You understand? So okay. They think it's like a Phoenix event.
All right.
So understand.
This is coming up in the next 3 months. This Carrington event.
By February.
Okay.
By February. However, everybody's gonna be in hot water before February. Like this shit, and understand, this thing that's gonna happen fries every single piece of electricity. Nothing can survive it. You're not gonna have no lights, brother. You ain't gonna have no power. And they said if it happens, it's gonna take 10 years to get things back online. And I swear to God to you, brother, you do not want to be in a white America, Jewish, when they got guns and angry. I don't know if you've ever been in any racially charged incidents. I've participated in about 15 to 20 race riots. And energy is unimaginable. You just don't understand. You can feel the energy. And I swear to God, you don't want to be there. You're hearing it. Like when I'm seeing people on TV talking about Jewish people, man, I cringe because I know what's going on. Like the reason why the Jewish people know that Jewish people just want to be left the fuck alone. They don't want to be put in anybody's stories. They want peace and be left alone. Every Jewish person I've met outside an attorney or a music exec is, and I'm not trying to blanket statement, but every last one of them have just been very, very unaggressive. They're not supposed to be fighting. They don't want to fight nobody. Jewish people don't want to fight. They do not want to fight nobody, and that's why they keep getting fucked up, because they don't want to fight. You understand?
Yeah. Well, so, I have a issue is that I only have 9 minutes left of this session, so I don't know if I can
do another one.
You do another one? All right.
Oh, I can. If not, we can do another one, or I can send you one, whichever. But we can do another one, and we'll go and get into the dates. we'll go and get into the dates and tell you the events. And listen, I'm trying to stop this. Like,
I was going to say, it seems like, nothing's set in stone. The future is always moving and things can
that's
happen.
correct.
Like you're saying, Kanye did that thing and it moved up the timetable,
It moved the time up. Absolutely.
When you see, so it
it's
seems like
not written in stone. It's not written in stone. It
Yeah.
absolutely, the outcome is written in stone. But the sacrifice of an entire people is not written in stone. It's written in the algorithm, but it can change. But the problem is, because you got this skin and everybody, well, you don't recognize it because being in the skin is different for me than you, but everybody gets to treat me like I'm stupid because I'm Black. You understand? And rightfully so, because you have, Damon Wayans and Deshaun and Marlon Wayans and Kevin Hart. You have every Black man on TV either is a buffoon. Yep. He's a stupid, bumbling buffoon. So whenever I say anything, everybody gets to say, oh, that's one of them niggas. So when I tell them they about to kill you, they get to say, oh, you're a nigger. So what I'm saying is, what's going on? Are you in fear for your life? Is my question.
No.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. And the reason why you're not is because you haven't seen what I've seen. You haven't seen places before war and places after war. Cataclysms before and after. And this build up right now, what they're doing with the Jews has got to stop. We have to differentiate Jewish media with Jewish people. Niggas, Black people. You understand? You can't, you understand? And it has to be done, and people got to come out, and the Jewish people got to say, hey, we are a peaceful people. The media is something different. It's got to happen. I'm cringing watching TV. Go on Twitter. Seriously, because, man, I swear to God, man, it's nothing worse than beating up on somebody who don't want to fight you. And you got a whole people who don't want to fucking fight you. So guess who they're going to fight? Who do you think the white people with the guns are going to fight? They're not going to fight the niggas with the guns. They're going to fight the Jewish people who caused all this shit. Here's what's fucked up. The Jewish media is so terrible, brother. Do you know that, like, the rate in Israel, I think like 80% adverse effects from the vaccines in Israel? Do you know they killed more people in Israel than any other country in the world with the vaccines?
Oh, wow. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because the Jewish media didn't tell your Jewish ass. Like, Israel is over. Israel is 2023. Israel is over. But Israel is not a place. Israel is a people, brother. Israel is a people. And what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to warn you. You have to go, because the reset is, they're trying to do this reset. And the Jewish faith has the records. You were the librarians, brother. What would you do if you wanted to change history? Think about it. If you want to do a reset and write shit the way you wanted, you would go to the books. Remember the Library of Alexandria? Well, you the librarian, brother. So, simple fix. Bring attention to that gentleman. Look at his information. Tell everybody about him. Listen, I swear to God, it matters. Tell everybody about him, because that man needs to get out of prison ASAP. ASAP. Put all the eyes you can on him. Number one, if anyone would dare support me and stop letting this shit happen to me, man, I'm richer than everybody. It doesn't dawn on anybody that if somebody would just help me out, I'm the richest person on the planet and I could just pay them back and make them rich. You know, my mother set me up to get murdered.
Wow.
Yeah, I did my own algorithm. My mother set me up to get murdered. And I bought my mother a house. My mother's been to Rome, Germany, Paris, every fancy place in the world my mother's been to, first class on my dime. I bought an extra house, bunch of cars. I take on 4 very high price vacations per year, every year. And I let her bring 20 to 25 of her closest friends. And she was my mark. Yeah, listen, you think,
That's crazy.
listen. So what I'm saying is we have to protect the librarians. You and your faith are the librarians. You need protection, I swear to God, because just go on Twitter. The things that are allowed to be said with these people who are angry because you know how many people have died in the military because of the vaccines? That it's not being reported by the Jewish media. Everybody keeps saying the Jewish media. But you understand that when people start looking for targets and we don't see a Weinstein or Tarantino or Cartel, whatever, they see you and they get to say you're a Jew. And guess what? The world is in a real ugly place. No one's defending anybody. You understand? No one's defending anybody.
Yeah.
You understand that I'm fighting to keep pregnant women out of prison. I'm fighting to get prisoners to get medical care. And I'm fighting to give the whole world vision. And they take everything from me and not one person defended me. Well, my friend, ain't nobody going to defend you either. I mean, I've done some pretty crazy things. And dare I say, I fixed unrefractive error, preventable blindness, brother. I couldn't get not one Black organization to help me, brother. Who's going to help you? Not a goddamn soul. So I'm trying to reduce this level of vitriol by educating you. Talk to people who you know and trust and let them know you're being set the fuck up, brother. And like a lot of people I know, my Jewish friends, like, well, shit, if things go bad, I can always go back to Israel. Israel ain't gonna be there no more, brother. So I'm just trying to tell them, yo, you're being part of your own destruction. And why do you think they did all this shit to me? Like, you know, have you ever questioned why?
Oh yeah, I have. I mean, when you were putting this thing together, I'm like, wow, what you're doing is, you know, very revolutionary and very forward thinking, and it's going to help a lot of people. And the powers that be don't like that. They don't like, you know, yourself a brother. They don't like that either. You being successful. They don't like helping people in general. They're, you know, they want people to pay a lot for eyeglasses. They want people to suffer.
They want
And
people to go to school. They want people to go to school. They want them to get bank loans with
yeah,
interest. They want
exactly.
slavery.
They want
So
slavery. And so what you're about is not slavery. And I could see why you got targeted. I mean, I
Of
from
course.
the very beginning, when I first heard about the situation and the delays you're having, even if it wasn't because of COVID, I felt that there was going to be a problem.
Listen,
And
listen,
I wasn't being like negative or anything. I was just being realistic. Like,
right.
you
It's
know,
listen,
we got
I
less
rough
than a
it.
minute. It's gonna bump me out pretty soon.
Cool. Send me another one. Send me another one. We'll get into the numbers. Send me another one.
All right, I'll send you another one.
Okay.